is live again. It's Will's Take on Sports, and I am the host, Will Walker. Wow, what a U.S. Open match that I just witnessed. The Wimbledon champion, Simona Halep, is upset by the young American, the 23-year-old Taylor Townsend. She pulled off the upset of the number 4 seed at the U.S. Open. What a match. The U.S. Open is in full swing. They got not only do we have college football starting in full swing this weekend, starting tonight, but, hey, the U.S. Open is still going on. What a match. It was unbelievable. She was down the first set, and then she was able to pull it together and come back in the second set. Hey, in the third set, and finally pull it out in the third set tiebreaker. This is Will Walker. This is my show, Will's Take on Sports. I am live. Yes. College football, week 1 football is back, baby. Yes, it is here. My preview and my picks. I'm going to pick 5 games for you and give you my opinion, who I think will win. I think I'm going to be pretty accurate. I think I'll do pretty well this weekend. Maybe 5-0. But we'll see. This is year 6 of Will's Take on Sports. I want to thank everybody that's been taking the time to listen to my show over the past 5 years that we've been on. I am so excited about this season, about this year. Looking forward to it. As long as I love doing this, I will keep doing it. I promise you. But it's a lot of fun. It's doing a podcast is work when you have a real job. This is not my real job, but I enjoy doing this. I like talking about sports. Sports to me is very interesting. I just love sports. That's all I can say about it. But I want to say, if you're a first-time listener, first of all, welcome to the show. And also, please follow this show on Twitter and Instagram, Twitter or Instagram or both, at WWS_sports show. Also, I do have a show that comes on Sunday that we're going to do that at 6 o'clock. Also, that will be live. So more than likely that will be during the middle of the late game for the NFL when that gets kicked off. But before I get into college football my college football picks for week 1, I just want to talk about some other events in sports. Atlanta United, I'm going to give the MLS a little love here. The Atlanta United, they win the U.S. Open Cup, not the U.S. Open, not the tennis that I just mentioned, but the U.S. Open Cup. They call it the Lamar Hunt Trophy. They were able to win that, I think, the other night. So they've now won 3 trophies or three pieces of hardware in less than a year. That's very impressive. The only time they've come up short in any tournament they've been in is when they played in the Champions Cup, and that's mostly against Mexico's top league. And no MLS team has ever won that competition. I think Atlanta United does have an opportunity to do it. We will see. They are so anxious to get that opportunity to redeem themselves. They went out in the quarterfinals last season, so maybe they'll be able to give themselves an opportunity this year, and hopefully the MLS can finally give themselves an opportunity to finally take home that cup. Take home that championship in their version of the Champions League. It's nothing like the European League now. Don't get it twisted, but maybe they'll give themselves an opportunity to win. I just saw something that just came across my attention in regards to Mr. DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. Why? Anyway, the 4-letter network is reporting that from TMZ, there's a police issue. The police are issuing a arrest warrant for DeMarcus Cousins. He allegedly made a threat regarding to his ex-girlfriend. She provided some audio for TMZ. I'm not going to play it here. But anyway, she provided some audio for TMZ of a male. It hasn't been confirmed that it's DeMarcus Cousins, not at this time, not as 6:10 p.m. Thursday, August 29th. But it has not been confirmed that is him. It's alleged. The male called in regards to having his son attend his wedding. That he called in regards to whether he can pick up his son. And the young lady said no, and then he made a disparaging comment. That's why the arrest warrant has been issues. Something about putting a bullet in her blinking head. Whew. That's a little bit much for me. A little bit much for me. I mean, I'm not with that one. I don't get it. I don't understand what DeMarcus Cousins is a very talented guy. He's had his moments. He's been troubled and things of that nature. So, it's really unfortunate for him. It really is. And some of the things going on. Plus, he had the injury that he's dealing with that he suffered out in Vegas, getting ready for the upcoming NBA season. But that's really, really, really sad if that is the case, that is him. Again, it's alleged. It hasn't been confirmed. That's just so wow. All right, so again, let me get into the NFL. The NFL 2019 preseason. The NFL preseason will end tonight. All the teams will play tonight as they get prepared for the 2019 regular season. But so far for this preseason, the most shocking news has been the sudden retirement of Andrew Luck. And there's been comments on the Colts fans booing Luck as he left the field after the news broke during the game, during their preseason game last Saturday night. Some former and current players in the media and other media members have said this is just a despicable act by the fans. I disagree with that. And here's my perspective. See, the first 3 years of Luck's career, there were they went to the playoffs every year, and each year they got better, and they went further in the playoffs. They started off in the wild card round, then they went to the division round, and finally played for the conference championship. So, the fans, Luck's injuries happened. They had some down years, just some unfortunate breaks and things like that. The man played through injuries and things of that nature. And to be honest with you, getting ready for this 2019 season, this is the most talented Colts team that Luck would have played with. I thought they could represent the AFC in Miami for the Super Bowl. I picked them before his retirement. Of course, I'm changing that pick, but anyway, I picked them before he announced his retirement. And the fans, from my perspective, for the fans to hear this in the middle of a preseason game that Luck's going to retire, I have to say that they were born out of disappointment. They wasn't booing him. They were just maybe they were just born the disappointment of the news breaking. Only you can't condemn that. Like I've heard some say, you can't disparage an entire all the Colts fans. Maybe a couple of people, or maybe more. It sounded like more than a couple, but a few booed. And it's not to me to say anything. Just I really don't hold it against Colts fans. Fans could be irrational. We want our team to win at all costs. People, maybe they wanted Andrew Luck to play through the pain, even if he couldn't practice. Hey, just show up for the games because this is our best chance to win. To me, that's the way I looked at it. I didn't look at it as all these people are despicable and all of these type of things and some of the crazy mess I heard coming off of some of these TV shows and radio shows that I've heard. I just think the fans were just simply booing out of disappointment. I don't think they were necessarily, booing Andrew Luck. I think they were just booing the disappointment of the situation. It was so, it was a bang, bang, hey, we celebrating, we getting ready for the season, and then all of a sudden we hear, oh no, the sky has fallen as far as this season for them. And as far as the Colts go, I know some people who believe in Jacoby Brissett and they think that he can do it. Jacoby Brissett is not Andrew Luck. Point blank, period. He is not Andrew Luck. But they probably could win 7, 8, 9 games maybe, but with Andrew Luck, and if he was healthy, based upon what he did last season, I thought that team could possibly go to the Super Bowl. That was, like I said, I picked them. But anyway, all right. Last Saturday, I want to move on. I'm going to quickly move on. Last Saturday, I'm a Miami fan, and the U faced off versus the Gators. My kids lost that game, and of course, any Gators fan I know personally, they've been gloating. And hey, to the victors go the spoil. And I'm gonna try to told you, I'd be doing the same thing if the Canes had pulled the upset, and the Canes had their chances in that game. It was one of those things to where a lot of people thought that Florida would overwhelm Miami, period, and I didn't think so. I actually picked that game to be 17-13 in favor of the Gators. It was a 4-point game. The Gators did win by 4, but both teams got one more touchdown than I predicted. But anyway, one of the things I said before that game even started was Miami's one of Miami's weakness was their offensive line. They're very young. They got a redshirt freshman at right tackle. They got a true freshman at left tackle, very light. He's a very light guy. So you're going up against a Gators offensive line that has a guy that, the NFL Mel Kiper and Todd McShay from the Four Letter and all these other sites that do NFL prospects, going into the season. They got a guy, Zuniga, number 92, and he proved it in that game that, he's a legit NFL prospect, and he's a 4-year senior going up against a left tackle that's a true freshman. So Florida's defensive line overwhelmed Miami's offensive line, and I thought that would be the case anyway. So it is what it is. But let me say this. I do know this. Miami could have used whoever that lady was that they kept panning that camera to every time that their quarterback Franks did something good or when he scored a TD or whatever the situation was. They could have used her because she looked a whole lot bigger than our left tackle. That's how light, our left tackle looks. He's only a 250-pound left tackle, so we could have used her. She could definitely would have helped us out. Maybe stand in front of Zuniga and that number 58. I can't think of his name right now. All right, let me move on before I get to these picks. The NCAA has placed Mississippi State on probation because a tutor completed online coursework for some football players and one basketball player for cash payments. I ain't got – listen, kudos to the tutor, first of all. But this story is really comedy to me, and here's why. Mississippi State said in a statement that they acknowledge the wrongdoing and have no objections to the penalties handed down from the NCAA. I swear I think the same people who do investigations for the NCAA are the same people who are investigating Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election. I promise you. I wish the NCAA would just, man up and really show some type of enforcement like old school black parents, like my parents. See, when I was a kid, I would do things that I know that I would get in trouble for and just deal with the consequences of my deliberate actions. And like Mississippi State, I would admit my wrongdoing and apologize. And, while my parents may have, accepted my half-hearted remorse attempt, they still tapped that ace. You know what I'm saying? I still got dealt with. And to be honest with you, I'm thinking about it, I wish my parents were more like the NCAA and just investigated some of my transgression and just accepted my apology. Because that's just what the Mississippi State said. We acknowledge, we get it, we understand. And, that probably would, anyway, back to me, probably would have saved me from a lot of trouble and the hunger of running away from home and being hungry. Man, when I ran away, I was starving. Just saying. All right, that's about me. That's personal. That's neither here nor there. That shouldn't have been. All right, let me get into it. Week 1, college football picks. Going to start the first game that I have, Wisconsin at the South Florida Bulls. Charlie Strong is trying to build a power in Tampa, and it's been a slow charge for the Bulls. I know they had 10 wins in his first season, but those 10 wins were about as hollow as Donald Trump's claim that he is the chosen one. This will be a tough opener for the Bulls because the game will not be a running of the Bulls, but a running of the Badgers. It will be Heisman hopeful Jonathan Taylor running left, right, and up the middle into the end zone at least 3 times. I picked Wisconsin to win this game easily over the South Florida Bulls. We shall see, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Wisconsin in game 1. Northwestern at Stanford. 2 schools known for academics play in Cali. So who wins this true contest of student athletes? Both teams finished with 9 wins in 2018, and this is the toughest game for me to pick. Northwestern is a hard-working, disciplined bunch under Pat Fitzgerald, and the same can be said about the Cardinal under David Shaw. This pick for me is the equivalent of me making a choice of which Mexican restaurant he had on date night. Cali, you get it? Date night, Mexican. Anyway, all right, back to it. Basically, I don't know. I'm just going to go with a toss-up. I think Northwestern is a little bit stronger than Stanford, although Stanford is supposedly ranked in that preseason poll. Don't get me started on that, and I won't. But so I'm going to go ahead and say that Northwestern wins on the road. They're going to win in Cali. So we're going to go with that game. All right, Florida State and Boise State. This game was supposed to be in Jacksonville, but the game has been moved due toward Hurricane Dorian that's headed towards Florida. Pray for my people in Florida. It seems like every year lately we've been getting just hit by storms left and right. My heart goes out to my people in Florida. Be safe, be safe, and be smart. If you got to evacuate, evacuate. Don't try to wait it out. This thing's supposed to be very powerful. So big prayers going out to my people in Florida, wherever it hits. Just seems like we keep getting these every year. But anyway, back to the college football. Florida State finished 5-7 last year under Willie Taggart. That was his first year in Tallahassee. The 5 wins at FSU last season is one game better than Willie Taggart's average in his first season at any school. He's averaging 4 wins in his first season at schools. So he got 5 last year. Okay, now Taggart is usually, and granted, he's usually in a rebuilding mode when he takes over these programs. So that may have something to do with it. So I'm going to take that into consideration. But I'm going to try to tell you, if FSU don't improve to at least 8 or 9 wins this season, his seat will be hotter than the Vegas desert. I'm going to try to tell you. State will run this year some variation of Art Briles' Baylor offense, as Briles' son is the offensive coordinator at FSU this season. So it will be a fast-paced offense. And that will leave little to no rest for an FSU defense that lacks quality depth. I heard they got depth. Anyway, they lost a very good pass rusher. I know I like the 2 corners and things and they got some big kids playing safety, but I don't know what they have behind them. I don't follow State, but I don't think they got much behind them. But anyway, that's why I'm going to go ahead and predict that this will be an exciting game to watch. Florida State will definitely be, and Florida State will be exciting to watch on offense. I expect nothing different from this game, although this game has been moved to Tallahassee. I'm still going to stick with what I said about this game before. I think that Florida State's going to pull this game out 45-42. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. And I'm going to tell you, Boise State's a lot better than what people think. And I know a lot of people are writing them off, especially Florida State fans. But, hey, better watch out. Boise ain't no joke. All right, next game I want to talk about is Auburn and Oregon. I mentioned on my podcast earlier on Sunday when I was talking to my guys when they were on with me that Justin Herbert better call Jarren Williams, the Miami quarterback, and find out what it felt like the next day after taking that beating that he took or that abuse that he took. But I'm going to try to told you, Auburn's defensive line is legit. But anyway, let me just say this, but let me give a little backdrop about this game. The last 4 opening college football games played in Jerry World, the average score has been the winning team 40, the losing team 14. Now, it's going to be, I don't think it'll be that lopsided. I don't think it'll be a 26-point win. I'm going to go ahead and just say I'm going to pick Auburn. But I don't think it'll be a 26-point win. But I am predicting that Justin Herbert will be running for his life, or he's going to get the ball out quick, or he's going to get abused. He's going to have some serious quarterback abuse. And like I said, I witnessed this last week when I watched the Miami and Florida game where Jarren Williams that kid showed a lot of toughness. But anyway, I'm going to tell you, Auburn has 3 dudes on that defensive line that can play on Sunday. I'm trying to tell you, and get paid for real. They can make more money than what they make him now. Okay, I digress. But anyway, all right, so Tigers win that game. I don't think it'll be a 26-point win, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Tigers. And Notre Dame is going to be at Louisville. This game will be played on Labor Day in prime time in Lewis Field. Last time Notre Dame opened a road versus a top 10 team, they lost to underdog Texas in 2016. Louisville has a new coach after finishing 2-10 last year and haven't beaten an FBS school since Lamar Jackson was the quarterback in 2017. And they won't this time either. They don't have a chance. Notre Dame, as much as I dislike Notre Dame, and I don't like Notre Dame at all, and that goes back to the games in the 80s with the Catholics versus convicts. Don't get me started on that foolishness. But anyway, that's the way I feel about Notre Dame. But anyway, they should win this game easy. It's good for Louisville to get the primetime game. Good for them. Kudos. But hey, they don't. I don't think they beat Notre Dame. They upset Notre Dame. It'd be one of the biggest upsets. But we always have a surprise in the top 10 in week 1. I don't think this one will be it, but we'll see. And that is my picks for week 1 of college football. Again, going to be come to you every Thursday live, bringing you my insights before the college football game and the NFL Thursday night game, which I really do not like. I do not like those Thursday night games in the NFL. I just think it's just that those games have not been good. They've been not appeasing to watch at all. But they still going to play them because the NFL is greedy and they need money. But anyway, tonight opens the season for college football. I'm not going to pick a game between. I'm not going to pick between Clemson and Georgia Tech. The game's in Clemson. Clemson should just drag Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is trying to change their offense up this season. They're not going to be running the option as Paul Johnson is gone. So they're going to be looking like an actual modern-day college football team. Not going to help tonight, but they're not going to be running the option. Another game that's coming on the 4-letter network is going to be a pretty interesting contest. It's going to be UCLA is going to be going up against, if I can get this thing to update, Cincinnati. This game will be at Cincinnati, so it should be very interesting. And then the late game, they call this the Holy War. That's just really wrong for them to say that. But anyway, BYU is going to be playing against number 14 Utah. Texas A&M is going to open up on the SEC network, and UCF and Florida A&M are going to be playing, so Florida A&M can get the payday. Okay, that's all that is. They don't have a chance to win that game. But anyway, all right, so anyway, look forward and listen to me all during the year as I'm going to be bringing, like I said, bringing you these games, bringing myself before these games are played on the NFL and college football. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen. It was quick. It's fast. It's not going to be long. It's just going to be something short and simple just to give my thoughts on 5 games that I would pick. It would be either the NFL, it might be college. It would be NFL, college football mix, or it might be all NFL, it might be all college football, like it was today for week 1. But anyway, thank you so much. Listen, follow the show on Instagram and Twitter, like I said earlier. The tag or handle or however they call that thing is WWS_sports show. Also on Facebook, please like my Facebook page. It's Will's Take on Sport. Is WIL_STAKE on SPORTS. Will's Take on Sports. You can just put in the search box on Facebook and click like. Also, if you have any email, if you'd like to comment me or would like to be a guest on my show on Sunday, please email me at willwalkershow@yahoo.com. Again, I'm praying for my people in Florida. Please be safe and be smart. Evacuate if you have to. I don't want to have to stress that no more. Be careful. This thing is supposed to be powerful. I always close my show the same way every week. Say a prayer for somebody, because prayer changes things. I'll holla.